flag.
So what happened in turn one? Well, let's have a replay of it because I missed it. I was in the mechanics room. I was taking my pit stop. Oh, that's not the app I need to load up. I'm coming down the straightaway. Opening lap here, making our way into turn one. Turn one's a very tricky turn here at Long Beach. And, oh man, we're gonna just outbrake everybody. AB makes a lock up there. And then going through the fountain turn here, that's, I want to say turn 3. Oh, yeah, yes indeed, Skyler. I believe that's Skyler. He found the wall. And then Philip lost it on the same corner that Joe just lost it off of. That's, I want to say turn 4. Turn 4 or 5. Once. Coming through the fountain complex here. Oh man, that is a hard hit to the driver wall there. Alright, so the turn that Brandon Moore lost it in is turn 4. And the turn that Philip and Joe lost it in, that's turn 5. So turn... That's the back parking lot. Right before you get to the hairpin right here, the final corner. Super easy to lock up and make a mistake going through that section, and that's exactly what he did. He made a mistake by kind of wanting to put those left tires on that rumble strip. He straddled that rumble strip, and that upset the car. Not even in not even in the sports car realm or IndyCar realm do you get up over on the curbing. You may put your left sides on it, but you're not gonna straddle. Oh, that's a hard hit for the 48 machine there. Um, so that's a very challenging track. Wow, John Watson, the guy that I listen, he does commentary for like GT, for like the GT Challenge Europe series. He holds the record in 1983. He holds the record in Formula One for the lowest ever starting position for a race winner. In a grid consisting of 26 cars, Watson started 23rd in his McLaren Ford, um, and went on to win the race. Niki Lauda, his teammate, finished second after starting 23rd. The Ferrari that finished third, Rene Arnott, I'm not sure how I just butchered his name, but he finished third. The final step on the podium was the only driver to ever finish. Oh, Tyler, I think, just hit the tire barrier there. Was the only driver to ever finish a Formula One podium at Long Beach driving a turbocharged car. Interesting little nitpick facts you can find here on the Wikipedia of Long Beach. You got to remember. Oh yes. Well, they're probably going to do that maybe next year or the year after, because if I'm not mistaken, NASCAR just purchased this racetrack. The Long Beach Grand Prix is the longest running major street race held in North America. It was started in 1975 as a Formula 5000 race by event founder Christopher Pook, anywho, and became a Formula One event in 1976, in an era when turbocharged engines were starting to come to prominence in Formula One. Long Beach remains one of the few circuits used from the time Renault introduced turbos in 1977 until the last 1983. Well, that's coming up through the set of corners, coming into, like I said, the parking lot area, the final set of corners here. Oh, and then Carter T-bones him. Let's see, Brandon. I think Brandon just had a wide entry into this corner and had a wide late exit, and he kind of compromised himself on exit, and then therefore Jacob kind of almost had the proper line, almost nowhere to go. We see that a lot in sports car racing here, Brian. To where you really can get bottlenecked in that last hairpin or in that last set of corners there in the hairpin before you turn on to the main straightaway. It's basically like Watkins Glen, kinda. Yeah, Skyler and Tyler really playing with each other here. Oh yes. So Long Beach was one of two, after the Indianapolis 500 stopped being a Formula One sanctioned or points-paying event in the late 60s, I believe. It was 68, I think, when the last, either 66 or 68, when the last points-paying event as far as the Indianapolis 500 goes for the F1 championship. So, they wanted. Oh, contact will be made here. Oh, and then Tyler tried to do the same thing again, but then this time Skyler was definitely there on the inside of him. He kind of got away with it in turn 4, but turn 5, he could not get away with it, that's for sure. Exactly. Formula E racer. Most wins, Team Penske and Ganassi, with each at 7. I'm not even going to... Yep, at this track. Most wins is Al Unser Jr. That would be turn 6. Turn 6 and 7 complex, and then that is turn 8 leading on to the back straightaway here. And then this is turn 9, and then 10, and then 11 is the hairpin. So what I call the parking lot part of the racetrack is actually turn 10. And then that's turn 11 that Skyler just came out of. And then all the way down here, there's a kink on the front straightaway. So the front straightaway isn't exactly straight. It's very kinked. It's very, very kinked. Like I said, it's basically the street equivalent to Watkins Glen. Because, like I was going to say before we were reviewing some replays there, Long Beach kind of took the place of being the second American date on the F1 calendar for a handful of years, because you had Watkins Glen on the East Coast, and you didn't really have nothing on the West Coast. What you had on the West Coast, they ran the parking lot of Caesar's Palace for, I want to say, 3 years. So I think America had 3 dates in total in the States as far as Formula One goes back in the day. But they really wanted to try to appeal more, and that's where they got Long Beach. They had Long Beach on the calendar. Oh yeah, for a handful of years. Tyler is now looking like a modified. He has lost his front clip somewhere, and we're probably going to see where. So he's turning into turn 6, and he has a wide berth moment, and just the car gets away from him. I'm sure he's got a toe knocked out. Yeah, he's got to have a toe knocked out. Yeah, he can't even get the car to turn in to a corner, so definitely has a toe knocked out. And getting onto pit road here can be very tricky because here is the pit road opening, and it is an opening, that is for sure. So you got to be very careful trying to get into pit road here. And JP's in the Kyle Larson throwback paint scheme. Now, Long Beach used to be a lot windier, a lot more longer of a street course, if I'm not mistaken. If I can find it here, but I have shared videos, like clips on Facebook of old footage, like onboard, like open wheel footage of Long Beach. And man, they actually went up hills and back down the streets of Long Beach and everything, and then back to the base side of where the front stretch is. So, if I could find. Yeah, you have Pearson, Sixton, and Campbell. That's the podium. Hudson and Bridgman, that rounds out the top 5. So, Joe, first car 1 lap down. Oh, excuse me. Bradford and Myers, they are in the pits getting repair work done to their more than likely heavily damaged race cars. Yeah, Richmond is a short track, yes indeed. Yes, just like I told you, Brian. In 1976, the United States Grand Prix West was created, providing two Grand Prix races annually in the United States for a time. Long Beach became a Formula One event in 1976, and the race was moved to March or April. Meanwhile, the United States Grand Prix East at Watkins Glen International, oh, yeah, it got a steady decline and so forth and so on. So then that's uh, when did so Watkins Glen was dropped, I guess in 1980 or shortly before 1980, and then that's whenever I think they started running in Caesar's Palace. I can't fully remember. I'm trying to see if I could find like OG, like the original layout of Long Beach. The circuit has undergone numerous layout changes. No duh. Main stretch along Shoreline Drive and back stretch along Seaside Way. The first Grand Prix layout measured 2.02 miles and featured two hairpins, one at each end of the Shoreline Drive straightaway in its early years, and the starting line and finish line were located on different sides of the course. Well then, just imagine, Brian, having to take two hairpins at one racetrack like this. Like, oh my goodness. In 19... Go ahead. Oh, it... I always... like I said, if I'm not mistaken, NASCAR bought this track earlier in the year, and instead of going to the Coliseum, I speculate they're going to start coming to Long Beach instead of going to the Coliseum. That's just my pure speculation as far as rumors and a lot of other hoopla and talk goes. So, yeah. 2.02. So the length now is 1.9 miles long. So it's been shortened. A tad bit, a tiny bit has been taken off. And I still can't find an actual original. Oh, there we go. I found it. Oh my goodness. So many. I could not imagine, like, originally racing here in, like, say the first few years from 75 to 77 and then 78 to 81 it's completely changed, and then 82 is different from 83, and then 83 is different from 92 to 98, and then I mean it's just I would have hated to have been a racing driver back in the E Prix circuit is annoying. That's okay. That's where the E Prix circuit comes in. I've raced that on Forza. So I had I love Long Beach as well. Like I love watching racing from Long Beach, and I had a sports car league on Forza, and I may not have been the quickest or fastest or what have you, but it's a very fun, rhythmic, flowing track here at Long Beach. And as a racing driver, you don't really have to be the quickest, but you love whenever you can get a nice, long, or not necessarily long, but just a flowing, rhythmic track. I know I love those type of tracks as a racing driver, and I know a good percentage of racing drivers that love tracks like this, so... I totally forgot. Once I saw the like the Formula E track, I'm like, oh, okay, now I remember. But I had totally forgot that Formula E actually came here. Yeah, I don't even think they had to make a pit stop because the laps were so there's so few laps, and the track is so small. So basically picture racing at New Hampshire or even Martinsville or next week at Richmond, and not having to pit. Like it's just a short little sprint race here. Skyler all the way down to second gear. Proper gear, I would have to say. Second gear, you really want to be in second gear for most sports cars and more than likely stock cars, Trans Am cars, any type of stock body car that would race here. Trans Am used to race here back in the day. They don't anymore. What happened? Yes, he is. Yeah, all three of them, third, fourth, and fifth, all in the same camera shot as we were looking down the front straightaway. Joe having a lockup going into turn one, it looked like, so he's just trying to stay out the way of everybody. Campbell, I think, has it secured here on the final lap. No, we're not on the final lap yet. I got prematurely ahead of myself there. Yep, now we will be on the final lap. For the race leader. These guys still having to go and do that. JP with a comfortable lead, too, over Skyler. Almost 10 seconds. Might as well just say 8-second lead over Skyler. As the white flag is out in the air for JP. And the rest of the field, once they do see it, he could. We got to remember that these guys are still coming to the white flag lap. They're not on it yet. So they still have a load of time left to go. 11 more corners to take. And coming through the fountain for the final time as well for these drivers. Good battle here for fourth position. Oh, this is going to open the door up. All three of these guys, final spot on the podium, up for grabs. As JP is coming through the final set of corners, and he will take the checkered flag. He holds off Skyler to take the victory. Oh yeah. I'm just getting back to it. So, battle for third. As they're going down the back straightaway for the final time. Campbell trying to keep that gap. Trying to keep the podium finish alive. Hudson, he's just trying to finish fourth, but Bridgman wants to take it from him. What's going to happen here? Very tight quarters. Oh, there was a clip. Bridgman does the very gentleman respectful thing and just heeds him the spot back. So Campbell will take third and final step on the podium. Hudson takes fourth and Bridgman fifth. Looks like. Oh, heck yeah. Carter will bring home sixth, B. Moore, seventh, Justin Steves and Joe Stipe, eighth and ninth, one lap down respectfully though, and that will round out the field of runners. JP down here in turn one, burning it down on the front stretch. I literally think he burned it. I was going to say, I think he quite literally burned it down. Great run for JP tonight. Great win. Congratulations on that, JP. So Jason Pearson, Skylar Sigston, Christopher Campbell is your podium finishers. James Hudson, Philip Bridgman, Jacob Carter, Brandon Moore, Justin Steves, Joe Stipe, and Tyler Myers and Aaron Bradford is the finishers of the runners this evening, or the final rundown, I should say. Overlooked Brian Huntley. They did an update to Discord. I don't know if I like it.
What'd it do?
Well, what it do is,
No,
that last,
no,
yeah, that
that was
last
close.
lap, man.
I started losing my train of thought there for a minute, and then I didn't think I had anybody that close to me, and then just got on the gas a little bit too much, and then this is one of them deals on this track. If you lose your concentration, you're done.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I kind of call it like the Watkins Glen of street courses almost. Because it has to do, it's got a few really good 90-degree corners on here, and if you hit them wrong, you can really slip out. You'll slide into a tire barrier, even a concrete wall here. There's no really runoffs here at Long Beach, so if you make a mistake, it can be quite costly here, Chris. So what was your impressions of running here this evening, and just congratulations on the P3, Chris.
Oh man, I appreciate it. No, I just my whole thing with this racetrack is it's NASCAR on ice. There's no way of putting it. It's you get on the gas just a little too hard, you'll watch your tail pass you, and then same thing with the brakes. Can't make it turn when you hit the brakes; it just wants to go straight.
Right. I'm pretty sure a couple of months ago they bought Long Beach. I'm pretty sure. Are they?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I see, they're trying to push, SVG and those, those formula drivers that are really successful, and so I can see that happening.
I think they want another market besides Sonoma to go to in California, or another place to go to, and if they schedule it right, they could either go the same weekend. It'll be kind of cramped for paddock space, right? But they could do the same weekend or the weekend before, or even the weekend after that IMSA and IndyCar goes there, right? Like it would. I think that would be a great week or 2 weeks for like a motorsport fan in that area. If that's how they do schedule it, I kind of was talking to Brian. I said maybe they may stop going to the LA Coliseum and just do like say a road course to start the season, which that would be kind of cool because back in the day they used to go to Riverside to start and end the seasons. So that would be kind of cool if they wanted to start, the season with Long Beach in a way, like to do the Clash. But yeah, man, like podium finish here tonight, Long Beach. Next week's going to be Richmond. How tough do you think Richmond will be on you?
Richmond will be, what, it'll probably feel about the same. Richmond's slick, but it's fun. I love Richmond. It's a rhythm track from way back, and if you can keep your rhythm and hit your points, your braking parts where you're supposed to, you'll have a good finish at Richmond. I like that track a lot in this car.
Well, Long Beach is pretty much like similar to Lime Rock. Have you ever raced at Lime Rock?
Not in a cup car. I have in the little V's, and Lime Rock's fun.
Yeah, like I always compared Lime Rock and Long Beach. I always called them like the short tracks of road course racing because like you do a lap around here and you're like, I thought I was just around here, like you get around here so quickly and it doesn't matter what car. I feel like a go-kart to get around here quickly. And but it's not like racing at a different like say at Coda where you're taking over 2 minutes to get around there, right? Like here, it's like, man, we're already done, So yeah, just big congratulations, Chris, on the podium finish here tonight. I know you've been really really struggling, been really I, just working your butt off, man, to really not get caught up in all the other chaos. So just a big attaboy to you, Chris. I'm so happy for you.
Oh man, we appreciate it. We appreciate being able to put it on Bearded Bear Custom Hides. And congratulations to JP on his first win.
Right? Can't wait to yell at him about that.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Man, you got right to the point there at the end. I love Campbell. He is always a good stand-up man. Anyway, so P2, Skylar, right? Skylar P2. Oh, don't cut away from Chris. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, cut away from Chris before we see his mistake. Skylar!
What's going on, yo?
Oh, just chilling, just watching you guys, just trying to navigate this course here. What's your thoughts of Long Beach and the Cup cars and everything?
Oh, I love road course racing. This street course style racing has always been a fun thing of mine. I like road course racing. So just getting a different feel for, rather than track style racing and street style racing, it's definitely do not mash the gas. Got to throttle manage here, and it's something that I really enjoy. It was fun.
Yeah, there was a. Go ahead.
I think that's the rumor. I mean, like you said, I read something about that, about the NASCAR buying it and potentially, having IndyCar and NASCAR in the same weekend again. Like what they did. Just like what they're gonna do with the Indianapolis, they're gonna try to do it at Long Beach, and that's a big potential to look forward to in the future.
I agree, Skylar. It is. I can't remember if they bought the whole stake of the track or if it's only like a percentage or what. I can't remember all the details, but I know a couple of months ago it was kind of big news in like the motorsport world of like North America going. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, and like the coming years, what the schedules may look like, how it may differ, or instead of being like the Clash at the Coliseum, could it be like the Clash at Long Beach possibly, or something to that effect? But Skylar, you had a good run here tonight. You had a run-in with Tyler, I do believe. But that's kind of to be expected. Really tight quarters racing, especially going through like turns 4 and 5 there. Tyler tried to like kind of chop you back to kind of defend that position, but you were already there. You had really held your ground. Next week is Richmond, so we're going to see a lot more beating and banging there, you think?
Oh yeah, Richmond. Like you guys said, with the schedule changes and whatnot, it's definitely testament of everybody's skills. Long Beach, up and down night for me. Very first lap, had a little lag spike, so I kind of panicked and I sent it in the wall there at the fountain. But let everybody pass, get back on it. I really went from last to third, and I think I was battling with Tyler there. And at one point, when it's like you've been behind, but I had the runs and whatnot. You just gotta throw it in there sometimes. And I was making pace with the leader there, Jason Pearson, and you got to know when to go. And I felt like I made the right choice and when I had to go. So maybe if I didn't hold back and try to get him back up to speed, maybe I would have had more time to catch up to Jason, but it is what it is.
Well, any final thoughts or shout-outs or anything else you'd like to add before we let you go celebrate this podium finish?
Yeah, just thanks, y'all. Every week, what y'all do. Shout out to everybody racing, especially those that came out tonight. I know it's not a lot of people favoring road courses, but those that don't appreciate road course racing and still showed up, that props to them.
Yes, indeed. Skyler, I have to agree with you too. So best of luck going forward at Richmond next week if you're here, Skyler, and congratulations yet again on the podium finish. And we'll be seeing you, Skyler.
Oh, absolutely. I said it last week. Appreciate it.
Oh. Let's get it. I did. Well, yeah, I really enjoy this track. I mean, I just, like you said, I just bought this track like Sunday night. I ain't even touched it till I got home from work today, and I finally jumped on it at about 5:30 and started putting in laps. And of course, just like everybody else, I was trash at the start, but I stuck with it. That's how I usually do all my road courses, and I don't know what it is, man. I can see turns and take them on a whole lot better on road courses, I think, than some people can. I don't know. I've always loved road courses and street courses and stuff like that. I know a lot of people was kind of fussing about it being on the schedule and stuff. But I mean, even regardless, even if it was Chicago, it's still gonna be a street course. You know what I mean? It's one of them throttle control cars. It's the only way that you can take these tracks like that, especially when they're so bumpy. I mean, coming out of the turns that's where you really have to be on your game on your throttle. I mean, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. I fell in love with this track tonight. I really did. I don't think NASCAR could ever make enough money off this trash. Why they ain't been here yet? I don't see NASCAR actually bringing any kind of series here to a Long Beach road street course like this. I really don't. But maybe you never know. Possibilities are out there. A lot of people said that about Chicago, and look what happened.
Yeah, they were trying to get a Chicago street race in the works for way before Jeff Gordon retired. I think it was about 4 or 6 years before Jeff retired. They were in talks and rumors and everything about getting a street circuit in the works up there, and then finally it happened, right? I mean, so long it took. It's mainly politics whenever it comes down to getting like some type of street racing, like street circuits done. It mainly has to do with a lot of like who's on the committee of like Chamber of Congress and all that other stuff, and in that certain town, and also the mayor has to really be on board with it too. So, but yeah, I kind of agree with you there too, Jason. Like, you know, I would like to see, you know, maybe NASCAR do like a double or maybe a triple header with IMSA and IndyCar whenever they come here that weekend, you know, normally around early in the racing season. But it just all depends, I think, in the coming years. I think NASCAR really wants to really attack the West Coast market like they have been being. I don't foresee them doing the Clash at the Coliseum or at the LA Coliseum forever. So maybe this might be something that they kind of dip their toe into. You know, it would be interesting to have more street circuits than just Chicago on the calendar. So
yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, anything's possible. You know, we did see some beating and banging. I know you didn't really see it too much because you were kind of out there in your own area code, but yeah, next week, Richmond, we're for sure going to see some beating and banging, more than likely there next week. What's the thoughts and preparation going into Richmond?
Well, it's like my road course races and stuff, man. I've always got a thrill out of short track racing too. I'm taking it in deeper than the next person and just getting that rotation and coming out. Richmond's got a tight turn too, and I think that's where a lot of people end up getting themselves hurt, and that wall will come up on you quick and bite you. And a lot of momentum going in 3 and 4, which, like I say, I think it's all going to be probably going to be a damn good race, especially good short track racing anyway. I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. Just big congratulations, JP, on getting the win here tonight. What's your thoughts overall on getting this victory?
It's been a long time coming. I know that.
It has
been a lot of top fives, been a lot of second places. It's definitely been a long time coming.
Been a lot of close ones too. Like for instance, you know, in the closing laps of some races, you just get caught up in stuff and like so short, like you were talking about, like second or the other day, like the strategy was just wrong the other day, and you kind of lost out on the strategy side. But yeah, man, I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate that, fellas. Hey, I'm grinning ear to ear over here. I'm happy as hell. I'm finally got me a win. Oh.
I'm pretty sure more are to come. Like this isn't just the only one you're gonna get either.
Oh yeah, we've been carrying this momentum from the start of the season, man. I mean, if we ain't won a race yet all year, and we took over the points lead just with top fives, consistent top tens every race. I think if we keep going in this direction, we'll end up in a good spot at the end. Well, I was kind of hoping he was kind of just going to stay up there with me a little bit longer than what he did, because I mean, it was kind of pushing me, and I think that would have been my downfall. But I mean, I kind of enjoyed that, the thrill of just knowing somebody was back there. But he kept on falling back, and I guess when he got about 3 seconds behind me, I heard somebody say, "What happened to him?" He got a meatball. He got like 4 minutes of damage. I'm like, damn. And then hell, next person ended up hitting the wall, and I heard a lot about it in the chat tonight during the race. That's why I just made my own little pace during the race. I just run my own groove. Appreciate the broadcast booth for putting on a great show. All the drivers tonight for showing up. I know not many road course and fans out there, drivers, and I'm just glad the ones that did show up put on a good race tonight. Big Dogs Gaming, we finally did it, baby. Appreciate everybody.
Yes. I was about to say. And who made these schedules? I don't know either.